All right, we need help. We gotta tell everybody how much dog food to give their dogs when they're home cooking for them. When they're making healthy homemade dog food, how much food goes in their bowl? How much food goes in your bowl? No, I'm not gonna trust your recommendations because the bowl will be this big. Here's the cool thing. Under this video, in the first comment, there's gonna be a link to a infographic with all of the information from this video, exactly how much you should give your dog, how to break it down, the exact amounts for daily eating, what to add, what not to add. It'll be down below. It's completely free. You can download it. Anyway, this is super simple, actually. It should not be complicated at all to make sure your dog is getting all of the food they need and all of the nutrients they need when you make homemade dog food. We should probably give a real quick list of the benefits of homemade dog food, especially if anyone out there is new to this. So, longer life, better health span, ancestral ingredients, you know exactly what's going into your dog's food. There's no secret surprises. There's no recalls. There's no danger. It's anti-inflammatory and, well, it'll help them live longer. But how much food goes in the bowl? This is actually very easy. All you're gonna do is give your dog 20 grams of food per kilogram of body weight. So a 10 kilogram dog would get 200 grams of total food per day. So this recommendation is only for adult dogs and senior dogs, not for little puppies, because puppies have a much higher energy need, much higher calcium need, so that's gonna be a completely different story. This is for adults and seniors and young seniors. Right? 20 grams of food per kilo of body weight is your baseline. If you have a rather active senior like this, you can go up a bit. If your senior or your adult dog tends to be on the lazier side, you're gonna wanna pull it down a little bit. And you'll know how to make those changes because after a week or two, you'll see if your dog is losing weight and you don't want them to, or they're gaining unwanted weight, then you adjust up or down as needed. Super simple. However, we're not going to include green vegetables like spinach, broccoli, or things like this red cabbage. We don't include that in the weight. Why? Because calorically it's insignificant. It's there for fiber, phytonutrients, polyphenols, bettering gut health, these kind of things. It really doesn't make a huge impact on how many calories and how much energy they're actually bringing into their body. So keep those out of the equation. The other thing, for those of you who measure in pounds and ounces, I'm gonna tell you this, you'll have way less headaches if you just take your dog's weight in pounds, right? And convert them into kilograms, and that's super simple. All you gotta do is take your dog's weight in pounds and get a calculator, divide it by 2.2, that's how many kilos they weigh. Take that number, multiply it by 20, and we know how much food should be given to them per day. Super simple. When you get into pounds and ounces, ounces are nowhere near as accurate, and you're gonna get into fractions of an ounce. Believe me, it is a mathematical nightmare. Do we like math? Not a fan. And now perhaps the more important question for our dogs, when you have your amount, how does that actually break down? What goes into the bowl? How much of this, how much of that? Again, super simple. Let's use a really simple example. 200 grams of food for your dog for the day. How does that actually break down? Well, there are multiple ways to do it, for example. So out of that 200 grams, how would you break it down? Easy. 100 grams of pork, 50 grams of eggs, and 50 grams of liver or another organ meat. That's it. To that, you're gonna add fish oil, which again, we're not gonna count calorically because it's not really gonna be absorbed that way. If your dog needs extra anti-inflammatory power or they need to gain weight, add a little olive or coconut oil to that. What if your dog is on a more moderate carbohydrate diet, whether they're a little bit younger or maybe you need to do it for cost purposes, you need just for the budgetary reasons. So how would this break down if you had to add in a vegetable like sweet potatoes? Again, easy, same 200 gram total. We're gonna go with 100 grams of pork, 50 grams of sweet potatoes, and then 50 grams of either eggs or an organ meat. Super simple. And remember, below this video, in the first comment, there is a link to a downloadable, completely free infographic with the 20 grams per kilo and how much food and how to break down things so you can print it out, you can have it, or you can have it on your phone or your tablet. So every time you make your dog's meals for the day or for the week, it's right there, and you'll never need to guess about what's going into their bowl because we don't want to shortchange, right? How about some recipes? Should they get some recipes? Click over here for this playlist for healthy homemade dog food recipes, and we will see you next time.